There's only 21 days until the release of NBA 2K26, and we have a lot of information about the MyPlayer Builder and gameplay that is super important and good to know before creating our first build. So leave a like and subscribe for the most up-to-date NBA 2K26 news. If you didn't see, 2K did release the MyPlayer Builder for 2K26 yesterday, but there's a lot of hidden gems that many people didn't see or even think about from the trailer. First off, here is the official NBA template build for Magic Johnson in 2K26, and as you guys can see, they have him listed at 6'7", but obviously that's incorrect. He was 6'9". And to be honest, I think this is intentional. You know, from seeing this, I think the max point guard height in 2K26 is going to be 6'7". Now, I tried getting on 2K25 and creating this exact build, but I did not have enough attributes to make the one from the 2K26 trailer. Now, the only difference in these builds is the vertical. The vertical in 2K25 is a little bit lower compared to the vertical in 2K26. So it's looking like taller guards may have a little bit more wiggle room, but not much of a difference, to be honest. But information like this is super important to know before actually making your build. For example, Mike Wang on Twitter the other day tweeted out that you need an 85 ball handle or higher to unlock the tier 3 momentum crossover. Information like that will not be put in the builder, so this is huge. Remember this, man. If you want to make a build that could dribble, the minimum I would go is 85 ball handle. Mike Wang also tweeted, going to loosen the height restriction for Jay Williams layup package and several others to under 6'10", and will do the same for many dribble sigs previously limited to small guards. Finally, Mike Wang is making the correct changes. Now, I don't think a 6'8" guard should be able to equip, Steve Francis signature size up or any sigs like that. However, I do think they should get almost all, if not every single dribble style that the 6'2" guards get. In 2K26, I just want to be able to see tall guards put the ball down on the floor. I've said this in the past, but any guard's quick first step should be based on your height and speed with ball rating. A 6'9" guard, for example, should be able to get the same quick first step animation as a 6'3", but just not as quick. In my opinion, that's fair. It actually creates a skill gap as well, because those who can score, with the slower moves can still benefit from being tall and can dominate all around the court. But this is a big change Mike Wang is making right before 2K26 is going to come out. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Zach Timmerman tweeted out, I think we've hit 4,200 unique archetype names. Parentheses, 300 last year. Hashtag NBA 2K26. We've already seen a few in the MyPlayer Builder reveal yesterday. There was one called a two-way three-point slasher, one called an ISO savant, and another one called an ISO sniper. I think this is really good, very refreshing. We're not going to see the same build name like we did in 2K25. This is going to be really good, and it's going to spice things up. Moving on, there's a new feature called Build Specialization that enhances your MyPlayer's potential in a specific area. A lot of you may be confused, so let's break it down. There's 5 areas to specialize in: finish, shooting, playmaking, defense, and rebounding. However, you can only choose one of these per build, and you must meet the requirements as well. If you choose the shooting specialization, you're going to have 9 goals to complete, and every time you complete a goal, you get rewarded. For example, at level 9, if you make 2,000 mid-range shots or 2,000 three-point shots, you're going to be rewarded with a max +2 badge perk and a shooting arm sleeve. And if you take a look at level 8, if you make 1,000 middies or 1,000 three-point shots, you're going to unlock a shooting Catbreaker and a Larry Bird jersey. And taking a look at all these rewards and when the goal is going to be set, you should basically assume that's going to be the same way for finishing or for rebounding. Like, for example, for finishing goal 8, you're probably going to unlock a dunking or a finishing Catbreaker and maybe like a Russell Westbrook jersey or something like that. But yeah, at level 7, you're going to unlock a badge perk max +1 shooting and a unique shooting archetype name, which is pretty cool. And to complete that, you got to win 100 games with 5 or more jump shots made in each win. In goal 6, you got to make 500 mid-range shots or 500 three-point shots to unlock a shooting Catbreaker. So it's looking like within each build specialization, you're going to unlock 2 Catbreakers for that specific build specialization. For example, if you pick shooting, you can unlock 2 shooting Catbreakers. Now, I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions, and luckily, a lot of these questions were answered, so let's get into it. Someone asked 2K, can we complete the build specialization quest in single player modes? And 2K responded saying build specialization quests can be completed in either your single player NBA MyCareer or multiplayer modes. The choice is yours. I think this is great. If this was just limited to online, this would literally be a nightmare. So yeah, the choice is yours, man. You could either play online, knock these out. If you just want to grind MyCareer or even the street ball courts or like the side courts where the quest can be completed, you can do that. Someone asked, can you apply Catbreakers earned from build specialization to any attribute? And 2K responded, Catbreakers earned via build specialization must be applied within the attribute category you specialized in or applied to a physical attribute. For example, if you earn a shooting Catbreaker via build specialization, you can apply that Catbreaker only to 3-point shot, mid-range shot, free throw, speed, agility, strength, or vertical. Now, that is huge, and I think there's going to be multiple ways to make your build even more overpowered. We're going to get into Catbreakers pretty soon, but I'm telling you guys right now, this is rocket science. To make a build in 2K26, you guys need to take your time. Don't rush, because making your build is going to be super hard this year. Take your time. Wolf tweeted out some more information on build specialization. Quest completion can transfer between saves. Example, on save 1, you can select rebounding and complete 5 quests on that save. You create another save and select rebounding as your path again. You will start at quest 6 and be able to use the previous 5 quest rewards. These quests were designed to be a grind and allow you to work on improving your MyPlayer over time. These are really cool and impactful rewards that make it worth it. You can earn progress both offline and online in MyCareer towards the quest, so play how you want. Now, this is a big W. Let's say you make a 6'3" shooting guard and you complete all 9 quests for the shooting specialization for your build. If you create a new build after that and you specialize in shooting, you're going to go ahead and have all the rewards you earned previously on your new build. And 2K already answered it, and Wolf confirmed, you can earn the progress for both offline and online. So this is a big W in my opinion. I think it's going to be great for the game. I'm excited to play it. Guys, Catbreakers are back, and they are super into detail this year. They're not as simple as they were last year. Let's get into it and break it down how it works. Last year, each Catbreaker was worth 1 attribute, but that is not the case in 2K26. Take a look at this screenshot. If you choose to apply Catbreakers to the lower attributes, you're going to see bigger boost. But that's not always the case for every single attribute. Now, take a look at this build. I don't really know what this is. Maybe like a lockdown. I don't know. Overall, this build's trash, but that's not the point. If you take a look at your perimeter defense, your build has a 92 perimeter. Now, obviously, this has a super high perimeter defense. So if you're going to want to put a Catbreaker on it, each Catbreaker for the perimeter is going to be +1 attribute. However, if you look at a super low rating like the driving dunk, it's a 25. And the first Catbreaker is going to be worth 14 attributes. So whoever made this build, once they unlock 5 Catbreakers and they apply them all to driving dunk, their driving dunk rating is going to go from a 25 to a 76. So it's really up to you. You can choose to make your higher rated attributes even crazier by a little bit, or you can make the super low attribute ratings back to mid or above average. Now, you're not going to be able to do that for every single attribute because the game would be broken if they did that. Take a look at the 3-point shot rating on this build. Right now, he has it at a 25, and once he upgrades it to 26, he's going to be able to put the Catbreakers on. And each Catbreaker for the 3-point shot rating is only worth 1 attribute. Again, they're doing this to balance things out. If they were allow you to just bring your 3-point shot from a 26 to like a 77, that really wouldn't be a balanced builder, and that would honestly break the game. Now, yesterday I tweeted out, will we be able to see the Catbreaker screen before making our first build without having Catbreakers unlocked? It's more in depth in 2K26 compared to 2K25, so we should be able to see the potential Catbreaker attributes before making our first build. And unfortunately, I've not gotten a response from Wolf, Mike Wang, or Zach Timmerman. In 2K25, you only saw the Catbreaker screen once you unlocked the Catbreaker. But in 2K25, that's okay because you know that every Catbreaker was going to be worth +1 attribute. However, Catbreakers are way more into detail in 2K26. Like I just said, like certain attributes can go up 14. But this is going to be a big issue if we cannot see our potential Catbreak attributes before we actually upgrade the build. If we have to upgrade the build first to be able to see this, that's low-key a waste of money. Now, I know a lot of us probably aren't going to stick with our first build for the entire year, but this is big for people who want to stick with one build. I just want to know what my attributes are going to look like before I actually put money on the build, Leave a like if you agree. Moving on, we have some new badge perks in 2K26. You might have seen a lot of this yesterday, but there's way more information now. Max +1 badges are back, and there's a new Max +2 badge as well. Max +1 will bring your badge level tier up above your potential badge level, if that makes sense. So if you have gold posterizer, a Max +1 can put that on Hall of Fame. And now for the new Max +2 badge perk, you could potentially put your gold shifty shooter now on legend. We also have 3 new badge perks as well called Takeover Surge, Hot Start, and Clutch Gene. For Takeover Surge, they described it, badges equipped with this perk will be boosted 1 tier beyond their max potential while you have Takeover level 5 active. Hot Start, badges equipped with this perk will be boosted 1 tier beyond their max potential during the early portions of the game. We have Clutch Gene, badges equipped with this perk will be boosted 1 tier beyond their max potential during high pressure situations, including late game situations in the park and the end of the 4th quarter and overtime. All of these sound absolutely insane. This is going to be crazy and see how this actually plays in game. Now, those 3 badge perks will be swapped out from each season. Now, they already confirmed that Clutch Gene will be the first one in season 1, and either Takeover Surge or Hot Start will be replacing that in season 2. Someone asked 2K, are the max +2 badge perks earned from build specialization permanent? Yes, they are permanent on your account once earned and can be used on any save if the build specialization path selected has already progressed to earn the max plus reward. Again, there are going to be multiple ways to earn these max +2s, and you can have a permanent one as well. This is going to be insane, bro. Again, I want to see how this is going to look in game. Now, let's talk about the badges. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, what are the new badges in this game? Did they take any out? Are there new tiers, less tiers? Let's go over it. Someone asked 2K, is the badges system changing? And they replied, after evaluating how the badge system played out in 2K25, we felt like it hit the mark. The streamlined setup with 40 total badges gave each one real impact on the court. And we received a lot of positive feedback throughout the year. The badge system is returning in 2K26. We're doubling down on something that works rather than changing just for the sake of change, which doesn't always lead to the best outcome for the health of the game. Our focus in 2K26 is on improving the system that interacts with the badges, like adding more depth to the MyPlayer Builder than ever before and putting a renewed emphasis on skill-based gameplay. You can look forward to features like the max +2s on new badge perks that boost your badges beyond their max potential, and custom takeover reward, which lets you design your own takeover from scratch. We've also introduced new ways to improve your build over time through build specialization and more impactful Catbreakers. The result is more freedom than ever to make each build unique and continue evolving them as you play throughout the year. I think the biggest issue in 2K25 with the badges was balance. Like, certain badges at Legend were way better than other badges at Legend. There wasn't much of a difference between Hall of Fame Lightning Launch and Legend Lightning Launch. It's just going to be really interesting to see if they actually balance that out this year. Hopefully so, because if they don't, it's not going to be balanced at all. The gameplay has to be balanced. Now, something I noticed in the trailer is that Shifty Shooter may not be tied with agility anymore. If you take a look, it says to get Hall of Fame Shifty Shooter, it requires either a 96 mid-range shot or a 96 3-point shot. It doesn't say anything about having agility like it did in 2K25. So who knows? Maybe they're a little bit more loose on the attributes this year. We'll have to see. Takeover is going to be returning to 2K26, and it just got even crazier. 2K said there's going to be 44 takeovers and 11 takeover abilities in 2K26, but now you can have custom takeovers in the game. Someone asked 2K, can any attribute be boosted with custom takeover? And they responded, you can boost any non-physical attribute via custom takeover regardless of your current rating for that attribute. Now, this is pretty interesting because it's looking like they're trying to balance things out. If you want to do a custom takeover, they're allowing you to boost whatever you want except your non-physical attributes. But if you want to have your physical attributes boosted, you're going to have to go with a default takeover. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Someone also asked, are you limited to one custom takeover? They said, once you have custom takeover unlocked, you will receive 4 custom takeovers to edit. You can edit each one as you please between games. So this is going to be pretty cool. You're going to have like your own custom layout and you can swap them in between each game. That's going to be pretty cool. There is a brand new rebirth system for our builds in 2K26. Basically, to sum it up, to get Legend Rebirth, you have to hit 95 overall on 4 different builds. And once you do that, you're going to be able to max your build out all the way once you create a new build. So if you make a new build, you're going to be able to max out 99 overall, max badges, max everything once you make a new build if you do have Legend Rebirth. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news we have so far for NBA 2K26. If you were updated, you were informed, you learned a lot. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. And if there's more info comes out, I promise you I'll drop it. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.